All right, take two. Okay, so good evening everyone. This is Hans Last here. Welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about the state of my vision right now. And today's date is December the 6th, 2021. And I just want to update some of you, if you've been a long time subscriber to my channel for the last few years, you've been noticing a big change in my later videos within the last almost 3 years now. As you know, I've been dealing with vision loss, and I have a video from about 2 years ago entitled Coping with Vision Loss, so you can scroll down to the feed or just do a search for Coping with Vision Loss, and it's got my name with it, so Hans Last if you know what it is. It is a result of keratoconus with my cornea being messed up like it is. And so what basically keratoconus is the cornea bulges up. It's the left eye, and my cornea is bulged up, swelling, and as a result it causes the vision to be blurred, and also along with the bulge there's a lot of scarring as well that's causing everything to just look like everything's totally covered. And along with that, I have very little light perception. Although I'm noticing something else that I've been dealing with pretty much since I've been losing the vision, and it's where I see like different colors. It's just, instead of everything looking mostly black, now sometimes it does that, which is a little more frequently as of late. But for the most part, everything's like dark red, white, pink, orange, sometimes blue, sometimes green, sometimes yellow, various shades of that. And so it's all kinds of things. Right now I'm a lot of pink and red and white is the primary color. Now there's just different patterns. It's like you think of that like a field of vision like a circle, and in that the top right corner, about 25% of it, maybe a little more than that, it's kind of maybe a little more like 30%, it's of it, sort of the top right 30% is probably more than that actually, 40%, probably almost 50%, like if it's kind of a square kind of taken over almost half the circle, is white, and there's a red area and a pink area, so it's kind of like, you think like kind of like a window with a bar across it. And sometimes that the band or the width of the band can change, and it's kind of on a slant right now. But it doesn't stay that way. It just does anything and everything. Sometimes sparkles, sometimes fireworks, sometimes just areas of all these different hues of colors. So what it may be, according to information I was reading and from what I've heard, it may be something called Charles Bonnett Syndrome. Some people Bonnett. That's Charles, and the last name spelled B-O-N-N-E-T-T. If you want to do Google search, it's where you're basically seeing, it's like a visual hallucination where you see different colors, blobs. People even reported seeing other people like their parents or their grandmother, or I think one example, I was in a workshop, in a session I was in, seeing Donald Trump in the bathroom. Of course, it's visual hallucination. Of course, it's not like what happens to people when they're on drugs or something and they're hallucinating and they think that what actually is there, and it's really not. This is, you're totally aware of everything around you, everything, the environment. You're just, instead of seeing what a regular person see, you would see these, whatever it is you see. And otherwise, you're just fine. So I have not been officially diagnosed with that, but that's what I believe may be occurring based on various events and things I'm seeing. Now, I've been going through some specialists in Toronto, and they seem to insist that the eye pressure is high and they can't do anything about it, or they're not doing anything because the pressure is too high. And another specialist in Oakville at the Prism Eye Institute says, oh no, the pressure's fine, there's no need to do anything. But the specialist that I'm dealing with in Toronto has insisted the pressure's up too high and can't do anything. So the last time I was there, he suggested I got my local ophthalmologist send me to a glaucoma specialist, and he says no, it's not necessary. So he's decided that in early 2022 sometime, I can't say for sure, but based on my exam back on November the 1st, he said 2.5 to 3.5 months possibly to do a cornea transplant. That if I was comfortable with him doing it, he would do it. And I told him that I feel, if he asked me if I feel comfortable, and I said, well, I've got nothing to lose if you do it, and for some reason it doesn't, well, I've got nothing to lose now. So we agreed, we decided that we would go ahead and he would just do it at some point. So that is the plan at this point. Now in the meantime, of course, that's why my videos, some of them are maybe a little off focus or off center, because I'm going totally by feel. Even my positioning of the camera, I have it centered based on moving my arm back and forth to check, but I've been going totally by feel. And I just know, and I have to assume that the light's on, which I can sort of tell it is if I really pay attention. And so, of course, I have to travel with a white cane around town, such as I do go, which is not very often right now. But I go to the local park, or sometimes to the Tim Hortons, and I've gone to the mall a couple times too since my vision. But it's not nearly what it has been. Because when I used to at one time go out walking quite a bit and just exploring, which those days until my vision does come back, if it does, I will not be able to do that anymore. If you've been a long-time subscriber and you've checked out other videos from back several years ago, you will see that I have been getting out and riding buses and walking around and such. So, unfortunately not now. And so if you believe in the power of prayer, please do pray. And of course, if not, just, thoughts or, whatever powers that be, to help. So that's pretty much the latest on there with my state of my vision as of right now, today's date. And as I said, December 6th, 2021. And thank everyone for viewing. Now I'm going to stop this video and then you can enjoy.